And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that brutal OSC as we have returned with the quarterfinals of the PiGosaur Monday number 6. We are jumping in mid-series into SHIN versus Gerald. Game 1 did just conclude, and we are now in favor of the Zerg player. We're jumping into Game 2 and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And as we said, Lynn, a big shout out to Jeff Bezos in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime for 17 months. Thank you, puppy. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Alas, whether it comes to subscriptions or donations, all the support that we get on the channel goes towards our tournament, so we do appreciate it. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Gracias, puppy. Gracias. As we can now focus on our series again, Game 1 was covered by Pig, was covered by Rocklet, and many of the other casters out there. And we're able to at least embrace Game 2 and the rest of the series. Also, for some greater context for this series, Björn is waiting in the semifinals for either SHIN or Gerald. Also, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Now, of course, SHIN is already up in the series, and I would say he is the favored player here. Bear that in mind when it comes to your predictions. But I want to believe that Gerald, he can also bring it back as well. On the flip side, I know it's quite late. It's quite late in the land of Poland. It is like, what, 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. It's not ideal in the land of Europe. I know there's some Europeans out there watching right now, and I hope you get plenty of rest. Hope you don't stay up for too much longer. But thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I know this event is not at the best time for European viewers or European players, which is why it's also that much more, which is why we also do appreciate that much more the passionate viewers and players that we get from Europe for this tournament. Much love. Much love. As we are going to be settling in. But now we do have just a standard open out of Gerald, just gate expand into Cybercore. Likewise across the map, SHIN going for the hatch gas pool at the unnatural location. See someone asking in the chat how to pronounce Chijik. From my understanding, as Melissa did mention in the chat, Chijik. I think you're meant to pronounce the Z-I-K as like a J sort of sound, from my understanding, a little bit. Hyper One. Fun fact: Hyper One actually recorded himself saying it and sent it to me. he sent me a soundbite on Discord to help me pronounce. That's what I'm working off of. Beautiful. Anyway, we can settle in. And we do have a Geralt going for a Twilight Council opener in the main. Very cheeky build, but the Lings, they do slip in. And SHIN, he will get a full scout of the main base. He does slip into the main. Boys are being pulled. Adept does race back. And SHIN confirms Twilight Council. He's fully aware of the more aggressive build here by Geralt. Now, I would assume that this is going to be a DT-based opener. So far, Geralt here has not pulled out a gas. My eyes are open, and we are looking for a Dark Shrine. And there it is. Dark Shrine has been placed. So again, it is going to be a DT opener. Geralt is quite fond of this. Now, DT openers can be aggressive, yes, but they're not all in. Bear that in mind. This is not an all-in out of Geralt. This is just designed to get some damage done with some DTs. If there's a detection in time, then they can morph into Archons, and they can pick off Overlords. From there, Geralt can then expand and take a third. Meanwhile, we do see a massive wave of Lings from SHIN. He shuts down the first Adept, moving out across the map, and he will threaten the natural. Does threaten the natural base. Adept recalls back home. Lings, they do test the wall. There's that one Adept in position. And Lings, they will break through it. We'll have to try to shade away, but the Adept is going to go down. It just barely. Surround on the Cybercore. Warp Gate will finish in time. 2 seconds off. Yeah, Warp Gate does complete, but this is a nice pick off nonetheless here on the Cybercore. Yeah, the service area is just a little bit too brutal. Cybercore does go down. Meanwhile, the Dark Shrine's about to finish up. We have spores on the way for Geralt. We have a spore at the natural, spore at the third, and a spore in the main as well. Detection is available. Roach Warren is done. Roach production going to be commencing quite shortly. And SHIN has eyes on the Warp Prison. SHIN is all over this. Oh my god. He's all over this. Sees everything that Geralt is doing. SHIN is a little bit supply block though. That's 4 overlords on the way. That's a lot of overlords. Lings are amassing. Queen's getting in position as well. And he does attempt to surround. Ooh, the Prism taking a lot of hits. Oh my god. Prism does get away. Takes some hull damage. And behind this, what do we see from Gerald? Do we see a third? Yeah, it is going to be thrown down. But before that, the Immortal has begun. Do have an initial gateway finishing up as well. That is a full wall? Not quite. Almost. Natural base looking a little bit congested. Oh, that's 2 Cybercores finishing up as well. I mentioned before that it's quite late in Europe. It's quite late in Poland. And Gerald, he is making a couple of mistakes here and there. Does let the second Cybercore finish. Meanwhile, the Archon does catch one of those Overlords. Not bad. Overlord goes down. So far, SHIN is securing himself. Hello, Supra. Hello. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? From here, we can settle in. And really, SHIN, he's free to just drone up. He's free to drone, he's free to saturate his bases, getting into Roach Ravager. SHIN may opt to cut workers at 66 and just move out with a 3-base all-in. I would not be opposed to that from SHIN, considering the current game state. And Gerald, he just needs to fortify himself back at home. He just needs to turtle. Turtle up, getting into Immortals, charge on the way. Lings, they catch out one of the sentries. Oh my god. Nice force fields. Gerald will save it. I'll save the sentry. Another Overlord goes down. But really my eyes are on the saturation for SHIN as he is supply blocked. He's knocking down the rooks and getting ready for his push. He is getting ready. There we go. Knocking down the rocks on one side and on the other. Just creating this highway, spreading creep. And he's done droning. He's cutting workers. I assumed it was going to be at 66. He's cutting workers at 60 or 59. Massing up nothing but roaches, nothing but lings. And SHIN, he's going for a massive push. Borderline all in. I say borderline because the gold base can help him sustain himself even further. Like, the gold is going to be brutal. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. They're going to be mainarding and saturating the gold. And SHIN, he has a 40 supply lead. Gerald's back at home. What does he have? He has 3 Immortals. Nice. He has 3 Immortals. He has 2 Archons. He has Force Fields. No Shield Battery yet. Shield Battery is actually still not on the way. Gerald is not quite ready for this. Army dives in. Nice Force Fields. They're going to be piled down. SHIN has to back off. He has to respect the army. Oh, nice catch on the Ravagers. SHIN pulls away for now. Waiting for more reinforcements. Building up more Roach Ravager. So far, good stuff for Gerald, but SHIN, he has not been droning. He is still on 59 workers. He's still making nothing but roaches and lings. SHIN is still committed. He will knock down these gateways. Gateways are going down. He gets all 3. It's still not going to be easy pushing into 3 Immortals, but now there's that many less force fields. SHIN rotating, denies the gold. Disruptor is on the way. But SHIN, he does outposition Lings. They flood in. The wall's not a wall. The wall is wide open. Lings, they get into the mineral line. Probes are going down. Oh my god, they run into the roaches. Ay, ay, ay. That's going to be 18 probe kills. Meanwhile, across the map, DTs are wreaking havoc. Drones are going down. Not bad. Damage is being done. Oof. Nova goes off. Of course, Nova no longer one-shots roaches. And it looks like back at home, SHIN, he does defend. Shuts down the Dark Templar, pushing further in. Gerald is setting up for a surround, but numbers-wise, does he have enough? He rotates over towards the 3rd. Oh, catching out an Immortal. Brutal pickoff. 1 Immortal goes down. And SHIN, he smells weakness here. There's only 1 Immortal left on the right-hand side. Force fields will delay. Oh, the Novas! Up! Good connections. They connect with the Ravagers. But the supply, it doesn't lie. Not here. Shin, he overwhelms the army. There's just too many roaches, too many ravagers, too much Zerg. The final immortal goes down. The third base has been broken. And Shin has done it. Shin, he has done it. He has broken the third in the back of Gerald. And there's just not enough left. I mean, sure, there's no detection, true. DTs, they're doing what they can. But the Overseers have arrived. Never goes up. Good connection on the Ravagers. But GG, good luck gets called, and Shin will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semifinals. GG. GG, well played, Shin. He will advance on. My condolences to Gerald, but again, it is very late in the land of Poland, in Europe, and we did see Gerald making a couple of mistakes here and there, and I'm sure the fatigue is setting in. Regardless, big shout out to Gerald for competing here tonight, for making it to the quarterfinals, but his run will end here in the quarterfinals as he does bow out, and Shin advances on. Shin does advance on in his stead, and we are getting ready for our first semifinals match. Now, if this finishes up a little bit faster, we might be able to catch the upper semis as well. Actually, I believe they've already begun. They've already started. The upper semis is a PvP between MaxPax and Estrella, a PvP between Europe and North America. They are currently facing off. We instead will focus on our ZvT. So we have one Protoss confirmed for the Grand Finals. But is it going to be a Protoss up against a Terran or a Zerg? This is going to be a close one. Oh boy.